Good morning, my beautiful Barca babies. I didn't want to cut that one off. I was feeling the groove on that one. Good morning to you all. I know we didn't get the results that we wanted. A rough, some say fortunate, 2-2 draw at home against Manchester United in the first leg. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go over a full match review. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the Barca. We will be giving out a mustache man of the match. Okay, so despite, like I said, not getting the results that we want, there's some positives to focus on. We're going to try to start our day in a positive way. We'll have some coffee, caffeine of your choice, however you like to take it, or not, whatever. Maybe you start your day with some water, maybe a little lemon, little fruit on the side. Hey, that's great. Whatever you're doing to start your day, we're going to have some good conversation, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can be part of that conversation with your fellow culés watching from all over the world. If you are just finding us, what we do here on this channel is we cover live Barcelona news 3 days a week right here on Wake Up and Barca, and this will be a full match review of Barcelona 2-2 with Manchester United. With that out of the way, my friends, let's go ahead and kick things off the right way.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
All right, my friends. Hello. Good morning to you all. I am just shaking out the cobwebs here. Gonna be real with you. But we are going to be getting into the good, the bad, the Barca. That is up next. We're going to go over the stats. We're going to catch up with the stash squad. We're going to see how everybody's feeling after this 2-2 loss. My chair's a little too high. There we go. That's better. Fix the mic so you can all see the beautiful, messy painting behind. Of course, those of you that don't know, I was hand-painted by my brother over there. Kyle Cash says, hey man, on our way, ETS 1058, gonna try to make it before. All right, Cash, get here when you can, my man. I'm updating my plans as well, and I think Katie's also shifting some things around, so we'll have a little one of the 4 stash mods rolling through Cincinnati today. Gonna have ourselves a little brunch, so I'll message you after the show. Cash, we'll get on schedule here. What else we got going on? Ayush is in the house. How we doing, sir? The big 18-year-old. Hope your day is going well. Matinho, hello. Fabrice, hello. Ghost Lost is with us. Sahil is with us. Greg, hello. We'll start off with Greg's comment here. Greg says, Ten Hag completely outsmarted Xavi. He knew he'd play Araujo at right back to shut down Rashford on the left wing, so he played Rashford through the middle, and with our back and our back line couldn't deal with him. Yeah. Steve, how you doing, sir? I'm sure you like those results a little bit more than us. But, Steve, let me know your thoughts as a Manchester United fan, because Manchester United arguably should have won this one. We're going to get into some of those calls and no calls from the referee. But, of course, the big one, the no-call penalty on Rashford. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And I'd also say finishing for United could have been better. Ter Stegen had some big saves, but this one could have easily been 4-2 to Manchester United. So, Steve, as the representative Manchester United fan right now, I know the often defeated Mustache Steve, one of our stash mods, is also a United fan. But Steve Tids, United fan, is here with us, sir. So let me know. He says referee was a joke. Fair assessment. Ayush says Alba couldn't deal with him. Yep. Amen to that. We'll get into the overview here. Let me pull up. Like I said, woke up a little bit late, shaking out the cobwebs, so I don't have all my tabs open just yet. So let me go ahead and get these results open, and we'll go. No, what are you doing? What are you doing, internet? What are you doing right now? Okay, relax. Let's get into the match overview for Manchester United and Barcelona. This one was at the Camp Nou. Marcos Alonso opening things up in the 50th minute. Nice little header on the back post. And then Marcus Rashford said, hang on, I'm not going to stand for that. Scores just 2 minutes later on his own. We'll talk about it. Jules Koundé, another own goal for Jules Koundé. Unfortunately, he's struggling on that back post when it comes to clearing out the free kicks, the corner kicks. We'll talk about that again. We're getting into the good, the bad, the Barca. We'll get there. Raphinha leveling things up. Everybody thought it was Lewandowski. I do believe the broadcaster made a comment live during the match that maybe didn't get a touch, but I think the majority of folks just watching the match that maybe didn't catch that from the broadcaster were thinking that was a Lewandowski goal. Not the case. It was Raphinha. So this one ends 2-2, not without its controversy. And we'll get into that again in the good, the bad, the Barça. But looking at the stats, fairly even with shots and shots on target, both with 18, and then Barça with 8 on target, 5 on target for Manchester United, 61% possession for Barcelona. That is without Busquets. That is without Pedri, who went down injured in this one. So missing 2 of our most fluential midfielders, and we're still bossing possession. We'll take that. Outpassed them 476 to 309. Better passing accuracy. Fouls were ramping up. This one was actually a pretty aggressive, a pretty chippy match. One that saw Gavi get a yellow card in, so he's not going to be available for the next match. Yeah. 8 corners for Barca, 5 for Manchester United. Ooh, this was a rough one, folks. A rough one. I mentioned Pedri goes down injured. Gavi's going to be suspended, so we're going to be without potentially, definitely without Gavi, probably without Pedri. We'll get into those injury details here later in the episode. Dembele, not likely to be back. Busquets, not likely to be back. And that's for leg 2. Not fun. Not fun, my friends. I'm going to turn to the chat one more time, say some more hellos, and then we're going to get into the details, the nitty-gritty, the good, the bad, the Barça. We're going to talk about what was good about the match, what was bad about the match, what was Barça, I mean, what represented the badge, and then we do have a mustache man of the match. I know these are not the results that we wanted, but we gotta give some recognition out. So we do have a mustache man of the match, but like I said, I'm going to turn to the chat. I'm going to say my hellos. Kelly Kamwanya, how we doing? Ovi's in the house. Good morning to you, sir. Mike Aragon is with us. Fabrice, good morning. One of my most active Stash Squad members in the comments. I love it and appreciate it. Guten, how we doing? Ovi says, I've said this before, bigger teams will figure it out that Xavi will put up Araujo against their best wingers, and Ten Hag did that. It's better to let Koundé adapt to that position. Fair assessment, fair assessment. And you know what? Hang on. Well, let me get a couple more comments in here first. Let's see here. I want to make sure I'm not missing the context of any of these. Mario says, it will be hard for us now just because of Xavi's insane tactics. He'll figure it out. Ayush said Balde had a hold of Rashford in the second half. I think if we would have started with Balde, maybe that would have been better. Fabrice says Pedri out 3 to 4 weeks, probably back in time for La Liga El Clasico. Yeah, we'll get to that and more. We'll talk about the injury updates and all the news surrounding the match and the results and everything. But I think we are ready right now to jump into the good, the bad, and the Barça from Barcelona's 2-2 draw with Manchester United. Let's begin, as we always do, my friends, with talking about... Hang on, let's get on the right screen here. My goodness. Here we go. Talking about what was good about the match. Hey, get your stuff together back there, production crew in the back. That's real folks that exist. These transitions are getting sloppy. Get it together, production team. Anyway, sorry. I got to get them in line sometimes. Anyway, what was good about this match? Barcelona, Manchester United. At the end of the 90 minutes, I'll say it was good that we came out with a draw. I had high hopes at the beginning of the match, but by halftime, my expectations were coming down. As some of you had mentioned in the chat already, Xavi went with, we'll say, an alternative back line. Brought in Marcus Alonso for Christensen to play in that left center back role. Had Jordi Alba at left back over Balde. Excuse me, little brain fart there. Over Balde. And then he also swapped Araujo and Koundé. So Koundé was playing on the inside as a right center back. Araujo as right back. Xavi thinking easy peasy. I'll have Araujo, Mark Rashford. Ten Hag said, watch this. Pulled the old switcheroo on him. Puts Rashford in the middle. totally throws off Xavi. I don't know why we didn't just adjust from there. Maybe he didn't want to do a situation where you move, he moves, you moves, he moves, whatever, go back and forth, waste that time. Maybe he just said, you know what, we're going to go with what we got. I thought Araujo and Koundé played okay. Koundé, well, I'll get to you next. Araujo had a pretty good match, but Ten Hag outsmarting Xavi, not great. But what was good, like I said, was despite Ten Hag getting the better of Xavi tactically, despite whatever else went wrong during the match, we got a draw. We reset, we move on, we go into Manchester next week, and we got ourselves a fighting chance, all right? We're going to be without some of our key players, looking like Busquets, Dembele, Pedri, Gavi's going to be suspended. But we still have a strong team. In Xavi, we trust, right? We'll figure it out. I think he got this one wrong, but it's good that we at least got the result, okay? Outside of that, I'll say Ter Stegen, in the first half, he was up for man of the match, the mustache man of the match. He was up for it. He had 3 huge saves, but then once Rashford got his first goal, and really, that's the one that did it for me. Rashford's goal to the near post. It seemed like Ter Stegen thought he was going to go across to the far post, leaning a little bit. Rashford also, you got to give credit where credit is due. The height on Rashford's shot was perfect. It was like 6 inches high, just above Ter Stegen's foot. If he would have put it on the ground, it's a kick save. If he would have put it a little bit higher, he saves it with his hand. So great finish from Rashford, but you can't get beat on your near post like that, Ter Stegen. You just can't. So Ter Stegen, first half, great candidate for mustache man of the match. You can't let Rashford beat you like that. You gotta. I'm not gonna blame him for Koundé's own goal, of course, but come on. So can't rise above the level of good if there's gonna be 2 goals finding the back of the net, unfortunately. So good performance, not great, not necessarily Barca worthy from Ter Stegen, but he doesn't get the good box. The good box goes to, and some of you aren't gonna like this, but I'm doing it anyway. Marcos Alonso. Gets us the opening goal, got the start, first and foremost. He hasn't been getting a lot of playing time. Those of you that are following on social media, of course, you know his father recently passed away, so he dedicates the goal to his father, another former Barcelona man. All right, so there's some legacy in Marcos Alonso here. And he doesn't rise above the good box because, similarly, I know words, to Ter Stegen, on that first Rashford goal, you got to do better. You can't get beat like that. Is Rashford going to beat Marcos Alonso for pace every time? Yes, of course. Even in a 5-yard sprint, he's going to get that little half yard of space that Rashford needs to get the shot off. So that's where I expect Ter Stegen to do better. But that's also, like I said, fair is fair. Points deducted for not being able to mark Rashford a little bit better there in that situation. But overall, a good performance, got us the opening goal. Shout out to Marcos Alonso. Gets himself the good box for his performance against Manchester United. That then brings us to talking about what was bad about the match. I've got a list, folks. Let me take a sip of coffee. Let me take another sip of coffee. Okay. What was bad about this match? Let's just start from the beginning. Bruno Fernandes, with your diving, with your flopping, with your oh my gosh, he stepped on me. 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the first half. Bruno Fernandes just, I get it. It's part of the game. You're trying to be a little bit of an antagonist. You're trying to get in their head a little bit. You're trying to get Gavi suspended for the second leg. Congratulations. Oh, you pissed off an irritable 18-year-old. Good job. You're so clever. Okay? Bruno Fernandes, just bringing out the side of football that people don't enjoy. Think about all the casual viewers, all of the potentially first-time viewers coming and watching this game. A lot of hype around it. Barcelona, Manchester United. Even if it's Europa League, it doesn't matter. A lot of hype around this match. And Bruno Fernandes is just like, oh, I'm going to just dive like a little baby. I'm going to flop around. I'm going to act like just a paper bag in the wind when somebody runs by me. Don't like it. Don't like it, Bruno Fernandes. You're better than that, my man. All right. And I expect better than you. I want you to represent the sport better when you're on a stage like that. Come on, Bruno. Stay on your feet. It's just ugh. You know what I mean? Anyway. Bruno Fernandes. That was bad. Jules Koundé. Another own goal. I think Xavi shifting him around, not letting him potentially mark Rashford and giving that responsibility to Araujo, I think that was a confidence breaker. I think that Koundé seemed a little bit shaky, and you saw the result with the own goal. Typically, Koundé's right back. Araujo is center back. Is Koundé naturally a center back? Is that where he's played most of his career? Yes. But for the past for the past year, he's played right back for Barcelona and France. So Jules Koundé pushed to the middle of the field, place where he hasn't been getting minutes, and it's obvious that Xavi has more faith in Araujo marking Rashford than Koundé. Maybe that's a pace thing. Okay, maybe it's nothing more than pace, but it seemed like it got in Koundé's head a little bit. And again, the own goal, not great, okay, but he avoids the bad box. The referee, let me say that again, the referee on both sides, okay? First of all, Barcelona fans, we need to concede that should have been a penalty on Koundé tackling Rashford, okay? Barcelona fans should not be arguing that it was not a penalty when Koundé took down Rashford. The fact that it wasn't called was shocking. The fact that it wasn't a penalty was shocking. The fact that it wasn't a red was shocking. To get no call whatsoever from that, Red Devils have some grounds for arguments, all right, to say the least, okay? The handball on Fred, I've seen him given, but I don't know if I could really ask for that. It would have been harsh. It would have been quite harsh, okay? So before we go down the rabbit hole of, the referee, he screwed Barcelona, I think Manchester actually has more complaints than us, okay? I'm trying to be objective here. That Rashford no call should have been a penalty and a red. The Fred no call handball, hard to say that that's not the right call. Jordi Alba not getting called or not receiving the penalty call when, who was it? I think it might have been Fred. Could be wrong about that. Early on, or was it in the first half? Now my memory is gonna get me. But at some point in time, Jordi Alba, left-hand side, went for the cross, got tackled, seemed like maybe it was gonna be a penalty, but slow motion, you can see player got ball first. So referee was terrible, okay? Referee was god-awful, but I am tempering that by saying that he was actually worse for United than he was for Barcelona, okay? And that is a die-hard Barca fan admitting that, all right? Look. You look at that, okay? And I'm telling you, with the poor refereeing, Manchester United still got the worst end of it, all right? For me, this match could have been 4-2 to United easily. So Barcelona, I think, squeaking away with that 2-2 draw, we should feel fortunate about that. I digress. Referee was bad. Referee was very bad, okay? But even worse than that, my friends, even worse than the referee, what's bad for me, another injury for Barcelona. Our golden boy, Pedri. I know we got two of them, but now they're both going to be gone. Gavi and Pedri. Gavi suspended, Pedri down injured. Pedri now adds to the list with Dembele and Busquets. Not good. Not good, my friends. Praise be, we still have Frankie. We still have Kessié. Sergio Roberto, I don't even know what to say about Sergio Roberto. Comes on for, here we'll go back to neutral lighting for Sergio Roberto. Comes on for Pedri. He knows Barcelona so well. He knows the system so well that he was able to slide in and at least play alongside the others. But Sergio Roberto is never going to command the midfield like Pedri does. He's never going to boss the action like Pedri does. He's not going to create out of seemingly nothing like Pedri does. Sergio Roberto will be solid. That's what you'll get from him. He'll be solid. Okay, so no hate on Sergio Roberto whatsoever. Pedri's injury goes into the bad box, which leads us to discussing what was Barça about this match, what represented the badge, what was true to the Blaugrana DNA. Shout outs to Gavi. Okay, for those of you that watched this match, Gavi was going at it 100%, which was maybe not the right call. All right, I appreciate him always being willing to be that bulldog, that pit bull, just fighting it. In fact, won a header over Weghorst. Okay, and I did call that on the Engine Room podcast. We were talking about it, me, Pablo, and Buga, and we said, watch Gavi get a header over Weghorst. Okay, and it happened. He's an absolute animal. But he also worked himself into the book. He also got his 5th yellow card and is suspended for the second leg. Part of me feels like that was actually intentional. Part of me feels like Xavi was like, you know what? I'm going to use you for the home match. Whatever happens, happens, but get yourself a yellow so you miss the second leg. And if we make it through, you start fresh. That might have been intentional, okay? But either way, I don't like that it happened. I would have liked to see him just play clean, all right? Love the effort, but would have liked to see him play clean. Outside of that, a player that I believe really represented the badge well against Manchester United, Lewandowski. Didn't get himself a goal, but it was real close. Almost nicked it in off of the ball from Raphinha, who ended up getting credit for the goal. But from whistle to whistle, Lewandowski hustling, playing physical, chasing down loose balls, making the runs to open up space. He played, I would say he had not his best game, not one of his better games, but he had a good enough game with the ball at his feet. You always want to see more from someone like Lewandowski, of course. But again, the attitude, the effort, his first time playing Manchester United, and he goes in and he represents the badge, okay? That's what it's all about, and that's what I'm saying. Gavi was doing it. Lewandowski was doing it. Shout out to Araujo as well. I want to give him some flowers as well. I know I kind of poo-pooed him a little bit earlier with Xavi's shakeup, but Araujo as well, representing the badge. But mainly, this one goes to Lewandowski. He gets the Barça box for his performance, which brings us to the mustache man of the match. And this guy he is dividing the fan base, we'll say. All right. The mustache man of the match goes to the goal scorer, Raphinha, sneaking one in to draw things level. And outside of that, he was our most threatening attacker through the entire match, even after Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres came on. Pause, I will say Ferran Torres, good service in the box once Ferran Torres came on. But Raphinha gets the mustache man of the match. Lost his you-know-what when he was brought off. He was furious. Did not want to come off the match, and I don't hate that at all. You don't want to see the temper tantrum on the sideline, but at the end of the day, for a player who is so committed, so passionate for Barcelona, to have that reaction to being subbed off, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. I'd rather see that than Raphinha walking off, just head slumped down, pouting, boom, 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 boom. I like the fire. I like the passion. More of that energy, okay? Again, I don't necessarily need the temper tantrum, but more of that energy, more of that spark and that flair, all right? He was dancing around the pitch. I am negating the fact that Marcus Rashford smoked him, left him sitting 10 yards behind him. Little La Croqueta, little dip of the shoulder and La Croqueta around him. Raphinha's not a defender, okay? Should have done better, sure. I'm not holding that against him, okay? I'm giving it to him for his offensive effort, sneaking in a goal to level things. Raphinha, now you just got to work on consistency. That's the big thing, consistency, Raphinha. You got a couple more weeks before Dembele comes back. Keep this type of performance up, and good things will happen. That's my thoughts, all right? So that's the good, the bad, the Barça. The boxes go to Marcus Alonso for good, Pedri for bad, Lewandowski for Barça. Raphinha gets the mustache man of the match. Of course, more details that we went over beyond that. A lot of talking points, folks. A lot of talking points. So let me know, what would you put in the good, the bad, the Barça box? Who's your mustache man of the match? What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'm going to turn to the chat. But if you're watching this on replay, let me know down in the comments below. Love to hear your thoughts and opinions and ask your questions, my friends. And before we go any further, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on notifications so you know when we're live. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, my friends, covering live Barcelona news over on TikTok. If you want the full experience, make sure you swipe over, click the link in my bio. That'll get you over to the Undefeated Mustache John YouTube channel. And we'll see you there. We'll see you there. Oh, looks like I got an early notification. Okay, we're good. No big deal. All right, so that does it for the good, the bad, the Barça. I'm going to turn to the chat, see who we got still hanging out with us. Ayush, how we doing, sir? Says Xavi said Rafi apologized, but he didn't need to. Awesome. Love that reaction from Xavi. Thank you, Ayush. And that's how it should be. If you're upset because you wanted to stay on and you wanted to play, that's fine. That's fine. He didn't do anything damaging to his reputation, in my opinion. Brown's gratification. How we doing, sir? Says, I like the way Xavi handled it. Good, good, good. Let me actually making a quick note. Okay. Biggity boom, biggity bow. Anyway, Theophilus, how we doing, sir? Says, gentlemen, don't get bought into this English propaganda that anything not English is bad. There was no foul on Rashford by Koundé. It was not a foul, pure and simple. Get real. Bro. Come on. Come on. I think we got to get real there. That was definitely a penalty on Rashford there. Brown says L to the medical team. Sure. Ovi says good Alba, bad Xavi tactics and lineup. Ooh. I hear you on that one. I do hear on that one. He's going to get a lot of criticism. Xavi's going to get a lot of criticism for going with the lineup that he did. Barça, Ter Stegen, man of the match, Raphinha. Love it, Ovi. Thank you, sir. Ayush says Rashford tackle was outside the box. It may have been outside the box. You do have a point about that. I haven't seen a still yet, a freeze frame, but I would say even if it's outside of the box, probably a red. Probably a red. Ayush, thank you that it was Wan-Bissaka. Thank you. Wan-Bissaka tackle on Alba was the first half. He did get the ball there. So not a penalty on Wan-Bissaka. Ghost says, I think the Koundé foul on Rashford was outside the box. That seems to be the consensus now, as we're thinking it was outside the box. Let me see if I can get a quick picture of that on Twitter, actually. Let's go Koundé, Rashford. See if we can get a quick picture. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This might work. If I play that, I'm going to get a copyright. Maybe this will help. Maybe this will work. Okay, that's outside the box. I'll give you that. That's outside the box. Just a quick look. That was outside the box. Still last man back, though. It was outside the box, but still last man back, which means it would be a red card. So tough sell on that one. Real quick before we hop off, folks, of course, I'm going to shout out Pablo Woes Blanco. Just came across his tweet here, but he agrees with the mustache man of the match, apparently. Serious baller, what a player, single-handedly carrying Barcelona's attacking play right now. That is Pablo Woes Blanco on Twitter, friend of the show and podcast Rumi? Yeah, that's how you'd say it. Podcast Rumi. Me, Pablo Bugaluis, doing the Engine Room podcast every Monday. We talk about the wide world of football, Barcelona, English Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, all the good things, all the top headlines. So make sure you check out the Engine Room podcast on YouTube and Spotify. And that's going to do it, my friends. I got to get going. I got to start my business day. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. We will be... I might go out of town this weekend. I'm not sure. I know I've been doing this a lot, but stay tuned. Make sure you turn on notifications. Sunday's game, 10:15 a.m. I believe it's 10:15 a.m. Actually, now that I'm saying that, that might be next week. Let's go. Barcelona fixtures. When do we play? Oh, okay, 3 o'clock. We play at 3 o'clock. See, glad I checked myself. Sunday, 3 o'clock. We will probably be doing a live watch along, okay? Small chance I'm going to go out of town, but Most likely, probably not. Turn on notifications so you know when we're live. I'll let you know if we're doing a live stream for Cadiz, which I believe we are, okay? I'll say that now. I believe we are. So I hope to see you Sunday. Outside of that, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I see everyone blowing up the chat. I really do appreciate the Stash Squad. I can't say that enough. Waking up, going over the news, having some folks to connect with, to have some conversation with. I really do love you. I love you. I appreciate you so much. Ayush, thanks for holding things down in the chat. Fabrice, Mario, Greg, Steve, Browns, of course. I see everybody in the chat. Gene, thank you so much. I know you've been participating in the comments as well. Ghost Lost, Ovi, Sahil. If I missed you, I apologize. I'm just scrolling through, giving some shout outs here. I hope you have a wonderful day. High fives and hugs for whoever wants them. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time here on the Undefeated channel for more Barcelona news. With that out of the way, my friends, again, have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.